Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to have you here this morning. I'd like to join my brother to welcome you to the Roundtable Lekki 2023. Can you please put your hands together for yourselves? Those hands are to the applause is, it's like you're not as excited as I am. Okay, I know why you are not excited yet. You don't know the things that I know about today. One of the things I know about today is that someone is going to be set up for the future. Someone is going to be set up for a line of income that you never knew was possible. Someone's career in entertainment is going to kick off after today. Someone's business is going to change after today. Someone is going to get a new job after today. Amen. Can you put your hands together for that now? You were getting me. I like to welcome all of us. I'm excited that some of our speakers are here already. Our senior ministers in church are also here. And most importantly, you are here. And it's my honor to welcome you again to this annual conference called the Roundtable Lekki. Many times since we started hosting this program, there are questions that come to me every year. The questions don't change. They're specific. Same questions all the time. And the number one question that comes every time we host this event or we're preparing to host this event is the question of why. Why this? In answering that this morning, I just want to give you a few statistics. The unemployment rate in Nigeria today, well, let me start from the December 2022, as published by KPMG, increased to 37.7%. Then in 2023, is projected to end at 41% by the same KPMG, and also published in their Global Economic Outlook for half year one. That is from January to June. So they said your unemployment for this year will be at, will close at 41%, actually 40.5%. And that's half year by June. Now, if you look critically at that figure, you will find out that they arrived at that figure because from their own statistics and their surveys, 4.5 million people join the labor market every year in Nigeria. So if you add the 4.5 of last year to the figure of last year, then you will know where we are likely to be at the end of the year. And then when you drill deeper into it, as at December last year, the youth unemployment in Nigeria was 53.4%. Now, I'm talking about unemployment. I have not talked about underemployment because that figure is another one. When you talk about unemployment in an economy, you were talking about the number of people that have what it takes to work but do not have work to do, who are not gainfully employed. And then when you add underemployment, you are adding the people who are doing something but not really what they want to do. Not what really sustains them. They're just there doing something, earning a little money here and there. And you and I know that majority of people who work in Nigeria fall under that category. This is a country where you see graduates earning 20,000 naira, even far below the minimum wage. At the back of that is a very scary inflation rate. There's what is called, inflation is measured in different parameters. There's what is called the Consumer Price Index, which the National Bureau of Statistics quoted to have risen from 21.9% in February to 22.04% in March 2023. That means that if you were to compare a price of a good this time last year and today, the price would have moved by about 22%. Critical under that is what we call the food inflation. The price of food. So if you don't buy other things, you must buy food. And the price of food, or rather food inflation, for the same period, March 2023, from National Bureau of Statistics, says it is 24.45%. I'm giving you why the Roundtable Lekki. Now, all these index tell us about how terrible the situation of things are in Nigeria. It tells us the reason for the level of despondency. It tells us the reason we have so many vices. It tells us the reason there is high rate of poverty in Nigeria. In fact, let me give you a few more of the implications of this kind of unemployment. Because when people cannot work to earn a living, it means that they are not able to provide food for themselves and their families. It means that they will not be able to train their children, educate them. It also means that they won't have access to health care. As a matter of fact, I say this all the time to my friends who are in the ministry, that most of the reasons you have a lot of churches, one of the reasons you have a lot of churches in Nigeria today is because of the level of our economy. Because most of the things that we ask God to do for us are things that are supposed to be there naturally. Let me give you some of the implications of high unemployment. Number one is the poverty rate. I'm sure that every one of us were aware of the figures released by National Bureau of Statistics sometime last year that told us that 133 million Nigerians are multidimensionally poor. As a matter of fact, the WHO, World Health Organization, and the World Bank had predicted that Nigeria's poverty rate would be 95% in 2022. That was one thing that we surpassed projection. Instead of 95, we actually have 133 million multidimensionally poor people in Nigeria. I'll give you a few more implications. Nigeria today has over 20 million children that are out of school. It has overtaken India and some other countries like Pakistan and all that. And these are figures as of last September from UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. We all know them. Following from this level of unemployment and poverty is some direct impacts like infant mortality rates. In Nigeria today, infant mortality rate is 55 and is measured per 1,000 births. So that means if we record 1,000 births in Nigeria today, 55 of those babies would die because of our poor health status. What about their mothers? The maternal mortality rate, MMR, in Nigeria as of today is 814 per 100,000. 814 women lose their life at the point of giving birth in Nigeria. 814 out of 100,000. Now, the implication of unemployment and poverty continues to grow. There are many other things. Of course, today we're grappling with continuous harassment from kidnappers, ransom takers, farmer header clashes, and all of them. All of these things are direct imports, direct things that flow directly from the unemployment level that we have in Nigeria. Even when you talk about the violence that we see, the very terrible things that happen across the country, all of them flow from unemployment. We just came out from an election cycle, or we are still in it right now because the cases are still in court. Most of the people that are used to perpetrate those evils during election are unemployed people. As a matter of fact, the higher the unemployment, the higher the illiteracy level, and of course also the higher the religious intolerance, because people who are not educated are not able to manage the differences they have with another person. How does this affect all of us? As you well know, the Roundtable Lekki is powered by Church of God Mission. As a socially responsible organization, we feel that we have a role to play in adding value to society. Yes, people may argue that our job as a church is to prepare people for heaven. But how wonderful would heaven be for someone who is earthly useless? And so, since we don't send people to heaven the moment we get them saved, we took up the responsibility to empower them that while they are on earth, they can live a more meaningful life. And this we do by creating a platform like the Roundtable Lekki, which allows people to network, which allows us to discuss businesses, which allows us to open up opportunities for people to see where they can invest, where they can be a part of, so they can increase their ability to earn, thereby pulling them out of that 133 million multi-dimensional poor people in Nigeria. So the Roundtable Lekki, what it does every year is that we select a sector in the economy. When we select a sector, we bring practitioners, we bring professionals, we bring players in that sector, we bring enthusiasts in that sector, people who know about it, people who are doing business in that sector, to help open it up. We dimension it, we open it up so that everyone who is participating can see the business potentials that exist in that sector. And for several years, for the last 2 years, we had focused on the real estate. And this year, we said, let's go into this very untapped but huge industry in Nigeria called the entertainment industry. And so this year, the Roundtable Lekki is focused on the entertainment industry. And our goal is to look at the Nigerian entertainment industry, the opportunities and trends. Opportunities for business, opportunities for investment, opportunities for employment, opportunities for generating income, opportunities for engaging people. Our goal at the end of the day is that by whatever means we can, let us help to improve the quality of life in our society by reducing the level of unemployment and, of course, the level of poverty. And so today, at the Roundtable Lekki, you are going to be seeing people who are players in the entertainment industry. I tell people all the time that the industry is so big. I mean, the MC was trying to help us hazard a guess on the size of the industry. And I just took, well, he gave a figure, but I just went to Google, and I'm on a page of this Business Day. It's on Google, and I'll read exactly what they said here. They said the video revenue increased by 22.8% in 2021 after soaring in 2020, reaching $79.1 billion. Now, the video segment of the Nigerian entertainment industry in 2020 generated 79.1 billion USD. That's not small business, ladies and gentlemen. And that report also further to say is that the rate of revenue growth will slow down through 2026 when its revenue is predicted to reach 114.1 billion. It is expected to increase at a compound annual rate of 7.6%. That's the industry that you and I are talking about. Because government is not playing heavily in it, many people are easy to neglect or despise it. But this is an industry that is capable of employing huge numbers of young people. Remember, I did tell us at the beginning that we have over 50% of our youth that are unemployed. The youth unemployment rate in Nigeria is about 50%. Actually, 53.4%. So you can imagine what will happen when we are able to dimension this industry as we want to do today. So that a lot of young people who do not have anything that they are doing, who are willing and to work, who want to do something to improve their lives, so they are out of that poverty net, can see what they can do. So that we are able to open up these opportunities for people to see and to understand and then to participate. So this is the reason for the Roundtable Lekki. This is the reason we are investing in it. This is the reason we have made it an annual event. So that by so doing, we can help to create a society that is more prosperous, that is more futuristic oriented, that is more blossoming, that can accommodate people and help them live better lives. There is nothing I think is more important for us to be involved in than to help people to live lives that are better, fuller, and richer. And so today, I want to welcome you again to this platform. I want to welcome you to the Roundtable Lekki. I want to welcome you to the opportunities that come. I want to also challenge you to open your mind. You may have come because you want to network with one person, but expand your options. Expand your expectations. You may do more than that. You may find businesses that you will do because of your interaction at this conference this morning. Once again, I want to welcome all of you. I want to ask you to relax, open your mind and learn, because at the end of this day, you're going to find something that will lift your life and will give you that kind of life that you have always wanted to live. And so on behalf of the organizers, I'd like to welcome you all, welcome our facilitators who are here already, and we look forward to a very interactive and very life-enriching conference this year. Once again, welcome.